What if, after donating 5.5 million pounds of food, curing the blindness of 1,000 people, planting 20 million trees, donating tens of millions of dollars, people storm the internet calling you a demon? Well, that's something happening with Mr. Beast, who did all of this before he's even old enough to legally rent a car. Mr. Beast, in addition to his successful main channel, gaming channel, and React channel, also owns a very successful channel based around philanthropic endeavors that include building homes for the unhoused, helping areas hit by natural disasters, and even helping impoverished orphans in another country. So, if this young, successful entrepreneur and philanthropist is doing so much good in the world, why is he in danger of being canceled? That's right. Jimmy may not be all that he seems. While his transgressions may not reach the levels of David Dobrik or Logan Paul, Mr. Beast has faced a lot of controversy recently. From accusations of child labor laws, exploiting the underprivileged for clout, and more, Mr. Beast has faced a lot of backlash from the public, and we will cover it all in this video. On March 3rd, 2023, Jimmy tweeted the following: "I need your help. Next time you see Feastables in Walmart, and soon to be new retailers, if you could clean up the presentation and make it look better, that'd make me very happy. I'm building a team to do this routinely, just need help in the short term." A harmless enough tweet. A content creator asking his fans for a little bit of help. And help they did, with several fans of the content creator replying, showing them tidying his products displays. But that's only one way of looking at the situation. Twitter user Eddie, aka HighLifeReal, summed up the opposing view with this tweet: "Mr. Beast, millionaire, really got stans, mostly kids, volunteering cleaning up Walmart, billion-dollar company shelves, free child labor for some rich folks, and it's being celebrated." While what Jimmy is asking his fans to do may be morally questionable, it most likely isn't illegal, since according to the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, in subsection 203(e)(1), an employee is defined as any individual employed by an employer. And since Mr. Beast is not employing the children and is merely asking for their unpaid help, this is not a case of child labor. While it could be argued that some folks may have thought this was a chance to be rewarded for their kindness by a man who regularly tips homes to random people, that was never clearly defined as a possible outcome. Even if it was, that still doesn't define employment. Aside from the child labor aspect, if folks choose to spend their free time doing something that is not required of them without the agreement of payment, then there's nothing wrong with that situation. Those people are happy to do something for someone else for free, and that's their prerogative. The morality may operate in a gray area on this one, but the laws are black and white. As for the Feastable brand itself, it may also have some explaining to do. Feastables is facing backlash for partnering with the Rainforest Alliance, a company that has helped companies, among them Hershey's, produce cocoa-based products like chocolate. The Corporate Accountability Lab filed suit against the Rainforest Alliance in 2021 in response to child labor law violations the company is allegedly committing. The Rainforest Alliance has since taken measures to assure everyone that they do not employ children, such as this great blog post on their website. This includes such quotes as, "Not all child work on farms is harmful. In fact, safe and age-appropriate tasks out of school hours on a parent's farm can be a great way for children to earn pocket money and gain important skills." It is truly hard to find completely moral and just labor practices on a large scale, especially for huge companies like Feastables that have products accessible to people all over the planet. Whether or not Feastables is also compliant in these remains to be seen with any level of certainty. Our next Beast controversy, or Beastroversy if you will, revolved around a video released March 8th, 2023, titled "Giving 20,000 Shoes to Kids in Africa."
Problem by donating 20,000 pairs of shoes.
In the short time that the video has been up, it has already gained 13 million views. Small numbers compared to the main Beast channel, but still a respectable showing. One might think, how could someone get canceled for helping underprivileged children? Well, it wasn't the gifting of the shoes that was the problem, it was the presentation of the act that seemed to strike people the wrong way. Many folks in the comments were inspired by the generosity. However, other folks on Twitter have differing thoughts. For example, Mr. G ASMR posited the question: could he have done this without making it content for his channel? Is he so desperate for people to keep clicking that he can't do anything without a crew filming? And Off the Goop stated they felt it isn't philanthropy if you're making money off of it. I respect a hustle, but don't try to call it something it isn't. The two quotes are raising questions about the morality of helping people for the clout and profit of the venture. Morality is a gray area, as each human being on the planet has their own set of morals that they live by. But they do raise a good question. Is Jimmy doing his works of charity because it's the right thing to do? Or because it's the most profitable?
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be great.
This moral conundrum continued with the release of the video 1,000 blind people see for the first time. Again, the comments on the video were overwhelmingly positive, including this one by AKA Rattles. What an amazing man and his team. He's using money the way so many of us want to. However, the reaction on Twitter was not as welcoming. Among the more civil of the discourse was this tweet by Captain Uraz. Devil's advocate, but while it was an amazing piece of altruism on your behalf, why make a video about it? Why not just do good with no reward other than self-satisfaction, knowing you're making the world a better place? Maybe some people see it as attention-seeking. Shrug. Again, this operates more as a moral thought experiment for the average person. Would you make videos about your philanthropic acts if you were a millionaire? Could you see both sides of the argument? What are your thoughts? YouTuber Hassan posted a reaction video to Mr. Beast's curing of the blind, where he voiced frustration over the system in place that requires some people to seek help from a YouTuber to pay for the surgery.
It is so insanely frustrating that it's up to like one YouTube guy to like decide to make content out of it that people who are too poor can't just fucking see. That's insane.
Some people took this as a slight against Mr. Beast and headed to Twitter to defend Jimmy. Here's one such tweet by Odashara94. In all honesty, how much charity has Hassan done versus Mr. Beast? Even make it proportional to their respective incomes. Maybe one day Hassan's employees will be able to afford a home. A blazingly hot take, which both states that you cannot have an opinion on the subject of charitable giving if you yourself have not participated in giving. Also included is a reference to a 2019 Reddit post in which an editor accused Hassan of exploiting them for free labor. Hassan gave me false hope of a full-time editing position and used me to edit between 7 to 8 videos for him, all of them combining gathering almost 300,000 views and leading to me not getting a single dime or a job. Though he did later agree to pay the person, it's clear that even with valid points, ones who live in glass houses should not throw stones. However, that was never the point of Hassan's message in the original video. He never once criticized Jimmy for making the video, but instead criticized the system.
Another demonstration that like we would be a more productive labor force even by like capitalist desires, capitalist metrics of success, if we just had free healthcare.
Maybe the controversy here isn't anything the Beast brand had created, but instead is the toxic fan base that can be too quick to jump to his defense, even if that means ignoring the facts. In addition to criticisms of his philanthropic ventures, Mr. Beast is also facing criticism for his Mr. Beast Burger venture. Some on the more silly side, like this video from recently deceased comedian Gilbert Gottfried, which in all honesty may have been a cameo someone purchased.
Hey, Mr. Beast, I just ate some of your Mr. Beast burger, and let me tell you, your burger makes for a better fleshlight than food. I've spent the last 20 minutes the shit out of this burger, and it feels great. My is so happy. Thank you, Mr. Breast.
And this banger from Twitter user MeanLife, which reads, "Public health announcement. No one get the Mr. Beast burger. Inedible junk. Imagine a burger even worse than his video content. Hashtag cancel Mr. Beast. Hashtag Mr. Beast is over party." While these may be instances of some lighthearted trolling, Mr. Beast Burger has come under fire for their use of ghost kitchens to bring their food to those that are interested in an influencer meal. Ghost kitchens are generally defined as a separate food vendor entity that operates out of an existing restaurant's kitchen. These have been criticized in the past for collecting data on users and taking advantage of restaurant workers, amongst other things. Though, thankfully, it doesn't appear as though this is the long-term goal for Mr. Beast Burger, as they already have a physical location and more seem to be on the horizon. The final recent controversy for Jimmy revolved around a TikTok in which he gifts his server at a restaurant with a brand new car.
Has anyone ever tipped a car?
While most see this as a kind gesture, others raise the same questions as some of the other controversies. This tweet by Riley points out that this type of charity may actually be a tax write-off for Mr. Beast, which is a valid point. Riley also points out that this is a tax burden on the waitress. While yes, any winnings or gifts or anything that can be filed as income on taxes will make the amount you have to pay increase, it is at the end of the day a free car. The same way that someone who won $50,000 on a game show has to pay taxes on that income, it is still something you didn't have before. Riley's final point is that the free car comes with a wrap for Feastables, which, as we covered, may or may not be using child labor to produce chocolate. At the end of the day, the waitress seemed to be happy, or at least in the video she was. These concerns, and all the others that we have covered in this video, either operate in a gray area of morality or do not have details that have fully surfaced yet. Either way, it's easy to tell that when you're one of the most successful creators, if not the most successful in the history of YouTube, you're bound to garner some hate and criticism. Whether or not that is warranted is up to you to decide. Thanks for watching, and be sure to comment what you think about the controversies and who you would like for us to cover next.